Hi, welcome to Shop Stop. Today we want to talk about flaring pipe and tubing and some of the different ways that you can do that.
Yeah, you've got the regular flare, which you see quite a bit, but we're going to show you how to do a double flare as well that you might see on, for example, a brake line.
So the first thing, you know, when you put your pipe or your tubing inside your clamp, you want to have it at the right depth using your gauge on the piece here and pulling it together. I have it in the right one. Is that 1/4 inch?
Mm-hmm.
One tip, you know, if you're using copper, the copper will hold in here pretty easily, and you can get a pretty good grip on it with your clamps here. But if you've got some steel tubing that you're trying to flare, it's a lot harder to grab that and hold it in place. And a lot of times we'll see somebody will grab these with the channel locks and start to tighten it up, and then you break them off. Probably the best thing to do is just to clamp this piece in your vise on your workbench. So you can take this, clamp it in the vise, and then you'll get a really good bite on it that way.
Okay, once you've got that set, and if you've got a double flaring tool, it's going to have this little die set with it, and you set that like Randy did, and you just turn it upside down, and then take your tool and need more hands. There we go. Make sure it's locked in place. Spin it till your tool seats on the main bar here. Back it off. Then you'll remove that little insert and you'll come back to it. Finish flaring it, and then that's called a double flare.
Now the thing that your tool is doing for you here, it's taking that edge of your pipe on your tubing, and it's just rolling it to the inside a little bit, so that when you come back and flare it with the other piece, then it's kind of curling that lip over and pushing it back out.
And then if you're not going to do the double flare way, you can do the single flare, which there's an example of yet. You can see that it's not near as thick. This has a little more thickness to it than a single flare. This would be used on something like most gas lines and whatnot.
So there's some tips on flaring tubing. We'll see you next week on Shop Stop.